Okay, today I want us to solve a question. The question is based on a topic called implicit differentiation. So this is the question. If x squared y plus y squared x cubed is equal to 5, find dy dx. Now the first question I want to ask is, how do we know that this kind of question is implicit? Well, the only way to know is that when something is implicit, okay, in mathematics or further maths, your x and your y, they'll be joined together. Again, your x and your y, they'll be joined together. You can see the way the x and y is joined together here. That's how you know that it is what? Implicit. In fact, the general formula for implicit functions is this one here. You can see the x and y, they are joined together. So with that background, let's proceed. Now, but before I do anything, in the course of the video, there is one thing you'll be seeing. So let me explain that one first before I go too far. So in case in the video you see something like this, differentiate x cubed, what do? Watch. You use something called power rule. Can you see? Power what? Power rule. How do you use that? This power will come down, so you're going to have 3, okay? All right. Now, when you now bring the power down, you will now remove 1 from this power. So the final answer will now be what? 3x squared. Again, power rule. Bring this power down. When you bring the power down, then you cannot remove 1 from this power. Is that clear? Okay. And let's take the question. Now the question says what? The question says if x squared y plus y squared x cubed is equal to what? 5. Find dy dx. So what do? Okay, watch. The first thing you're going to do is that you're going to write d dx. This operator, you're going to write it everywhere. You write it here, you write it here, and you write it here. Okay? You write it everywhere. So when I write it like this, the next thing you're going to do is that you're going to apply something called product rule. So let me write it down so that you can see it very well. Apply what? Product rule. So in product rule, this first part, don't change it, okay? But differentiate the second part, okay? Plus, now, we come here, the simplest again. Now, the first part, I've done that one. Now, the second part, which is y, don't change it, okay? Then differentiate the first part. Let me take it again. Pick the first part, don't change it, differentiate the second one. Plus, pick the second part, then differentiate the first one, okay? All right. Now, using that same idea, let me continue, okay? All right. So for this side too, I'll use product rule. Now, pick the first part, which is what? Y squared. Then differentiate the second part. Can you see that? Okay. Then now, pick the second part, which is s cubed. Don't change it, okay? Then differentiate the first part. I hope you can see what I'm doing. All right. So again, pick this first part, y squared, differentiate the second part, plus pick the second part and differentiate the first part, is equal to, now if you differentiate 5, you get 0 because it's a constant. Do you understand? Okay, let's continue now. All right. So from here now, what do I have? I have x squared. Now, if you differentiate y, what do you get? You just get 1. If you differentiate y, you will get 1. Do you know what I mean by 1? Because now I want to use something called power rule. So in power rule, if you differentiate y, you get 1. But remember that x cannot differentiate y directly. So when your letter x cannot differentiate y directly, even when you use your power rule to get the answer, you must still put dy dx. Let me say it again. Whenever you are differentiating x, whenever you are differentiating something like this one, your x cannot differentiate your y directly. So even if you use the power rule, you must still put dy dx. So let me continue. So next one is this one here, which is what? Y. Okay? Now, if you differentiate x squared using power rule, what do you get? You get 2x. I think that part is clear. All right. Then plus. And let me come here. This one is what? Y squared, okay? If you differentiate s cubed using power rule, what do you get? You get 3x squared. I've explained that before. Then finally, we now have x cubed, okay? All right. Now, if you differentiate y squared, what will you get? Using power rule, you're going to get 2y, okay? But remember that x cannot differentiate y directly. So because of that, I'm going to put what? dy dx. Okay, I think you understand that part now. Because x cannot differentiate y directly, so you put dy dx when you're done with power rule. So everything is equal to what? 0. So from here now, let me take another paper so I can finish it up, okay? So from here now, what do we have? So I have x squared dy dx, okay? Plus I have 2xy. Plus I have 3x squared y squared. Then finally I have 2x cubed y dy dx is equal to what? 0. So for me, I see what I will do. This dy dx, I'll just bring them together. I want to collect like terms. So dy dx will come out like this. Then I can bring out the common factor, which is x squared plus what? 2x cubed y. Then these remaining ones, I can take them away. Can take them out. So I have minus 2xy. This one too, I can take it out. So I have minus 3x squared y squared. So finally now we can divide both sides by this expression. X squared plus what? 2x cubed y, okay? This side too. X squared plus what? 2x cubed y. So finally we can cut, okay? So this will cut this one, and that's the final answer. So my dy dx is equal to what? This. And that is all. We're done. So if you have any question, you're free to ask, okay? I'm going to do another video where I'm going to teach you how to do the same question in a very fast way, but only for objective O, not theory. Check out for that video. Only for objective, not theory, please. It's a shortcut. Thank you.